Welcome to Grey Propaganda, where we discuss the lies, falsehoods, and politics of the mainstream media. As always, I will cut through the propaganda and summarize the news for you. Today we have an article from Huffpo. Donald Trump claims rhetoric he also uses is causing me to be shot at, by Arthur Delaney. They write, in the same breath, Trump condemned Democrats' rhetoric and used that same rhetoric against Democrats, describing them as an existential threat to the U.S. Now, I'm sick and tired of Trump being victim blamed for these assassination attempts. When Trump speaks about Dems ruining the country, it's because they are breaking the law, ignoring the Constitution, flooding America with illegals, drugs, crime, and corruption. When Kamala and the Dems talk about how Trump will ruin the country, it's because they want to have a government based in law and order, even if that goes against their feelings and ruins their safe space. It's an absolute joke, and even if Kamala calls to tone down the rhetoric, I wouldn't believe her. Deep down, most Dems, I believe, would be happy to see acts of violence against conservatives, if not outright do it themselves. Now, let's dive into the video before reviewing the article. So, first off, apologize for that terrible music. I have no idea why they're using that. But let's dive into the article here and review some of the terrible rhetoric Donald Trump is using. So I went over most of it. So let's skip a few paragraphs here. Um, the rhetoric lies and exemplified by the false statements made by Comrade Kamala Harris during the rigged and highly partisan ABC debate, and all of the ridiculous lawsuits specifically designed to inflict damage on Joe's, then Kamala's, political opponent, me, has taken politics in our country to a whole new level of hatred, abuse, and distrust, Trump wrote. Because of this communist left rhetoric and the bullets are flying, and it will only get worse, allowing millions of people from places unknown to invade and take over our country. It's a unpardonable sin. Secret Service agents fired on a man seen wielding an assault rifle on Trump's golf course in what authorities have described as an apparent assassination attempt against Trump. Trump was on the course at the time. It was the second near assassination of Trump this year. In July, a man shot the former president in the ear during a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. And after the first shooting, Republicans immediately claimed the shooter had been motivated by Democrats calling Trump a threat to democracy. When the message goes out constantly that the election of Donald Trump would be a threat to democracy and that the republic would end, it heats up the environment, House Speaker Mike Johnson said at the time. Notably, Johnson didn't criticize Democratic rhetoric during a live interview with Fox News on Monday morning, talking instead about the many threats Trump faces and the need for adequate Secret Service protections. Democrats called Trump a threat to democracy largely because he refused to accept his defeat in the 2020 election and incited a riot at the U.S. Capitol as part of a broader scheme to undo the election result. As Secret Service countersniper quickly killed Trump's first would-be assassin, and investigators have not discerned a political motive for the 20-year-old shooter's actions beyond an apparent desire to kill a high-profile political figure. The second gunman, identified as Ryan Ruth, a 50-year-old with an extensive criminal history, is now in police custody. Authorities haven't described his motive, but social media accounts apparently connected to Ruth to suggest he once posted favorably of Trump in 2020, but in the more recent years posted favorably about President Joe Biden and VP Kamala Harris, according to the AP. Democrats still describe Trump as a threat to democracy, but have emphasized that message less than Harris, since Harris became the party's presidential nominee. Instead, they have described Trump and his running mate, Vance, as weird. It is awful. It is awful big coincidence that all these assassins are going after Trump, even though they said before that he just wanted to kill a high target political person, but no one's going after Kamala. Everyone seems to be going after Trump. So much for the tolerant left, right? So the article ends with, Trump is not hesitating to blame Democrats for Ruth's armed foray onto his golf course. He believed the rhetoric of Biden and Harris, and he acted on it, Trump said. Democratic leaders, Trump said, are people that want to destroy our country. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.